In the 1930s, this building was rotated 90 degrees. It took over a month to move the 22 million pound structure, and it would move 15 inches per hour. All the while, 600 employees were still working inside of it. This was almost 100 years ago, and we were achieving something as amazing as this. Like, what can we not do? Actually, I take that back because I do know something that we can't do. We can't subscribe. Half of everyone can't subscribe. 54% still. Something percentages not subscribed. You guys already know the drill. If we can move a 22 million pound building, I think we can hit the sub button. I mean, I'm just saying. It'll be the next greatest goal humans will ever achieve. Subscribing to my dumbass. This is Astana, capital of Kazakhstan. I had no idea how beautiful Kazakhstan looked. And is this a reference to their eagle on their flag too? You know, they got that little blue eagle. Oh, sorry, it's a yellow eagle, but they really like eagles out there, I can tell. Which one of y'all were gonna tell me how beautiful Kazakhstan was? I've never seen it like this before. This looks incredible. The whole thing was built just about 15 years ago. That's how amazing it is. Oh, this article's out of date, like 25 years ago now. This person just randomly found a USAF drone on the beach. I don't know about you guys, but you're gonna have to find a way to get this back in the car, man. Take this home. I'm taking this drone hunting. We're gonna obliterate some deers. I've never been hunting, but I would probably have to go if I had a drone. This man went through terrifying levels of dedication to go back as far as the 12th century in historical records to find out that 35 out of 46 US presidents are related. This is like some Crusader Kings 3 shit, but then again, are we really surprised? I found out that I was related to like a bunch of my fans. They all like message me and like, hey, I'm your 6th cousin. Like, okay, be careful though. I'm from Alabama. Maybe you should keep that on the down low. I'm actually a little bit more surprised that it took all the way till the 12th century. Like, you'd think they would have a little bit more of a common ancestor before that, maybe. Here's Theodore Roosevelt. Man, I don't even know. This took 7 months? I don't have the attention span to do something like this for 7 months. This haunting statue in Italy. This must have been what the Dementors look like, at least the ones that Michael Scott was talking about. Either that or it's a Nazgul from The Lord of the Rings. Something about Italy just doesn't seem terrifying. Like, why are you doing scary things? Italy is supposed to be like a fun, happy place. In my mind, at least it is. But then again, I can think of a lot of historical examples where that definitely wasn't the case. This horse was constructed from old farm equipment, and damn, that boy thick. That's a thick ass boy. It almost looks like some sort of steampunk machine that we created. Maybe like in an alternative universe where horses went extinct, we made like machine versions of them. Doesn't sound too bad, honestly. Is history teacher going above and beyond to teach their students about the Shang dynasty? Can't imagine how long that must have taken. I love thinking about all the weird stuff I'd do if I was a history teacher one day. I'd probably be a terrible teacher, actually. I'd be like the hot Cheeto girl of teachers. This was taken at LAX over the course of several hours. You can do this by doing like keeping a camera on a tripod and snapping photos as the planes go by. Or I guess like long shutter is also another way to do it. I thought the airplane companies just didn't care anymore. We're just gonna have them all fly at the same time. If one person messes up, well, oh well. These businesses aren't doing well anyway, so screw it. A green screen house design. And I just wonder how long that probably took. I feel like it might not have taken too long. That sort of like greenery looks like it grows real fast. I feel like it would attract like a lot of insects though. I wouldn't want that. Kind of just chill out on your patio and you get a spider in your coffee. Shaq standing next to the tallest man in recorded history. This guy was 8'11", basically 9 feet. This is so terrifying because if you know the size of Shaq, no. I refuse to believe that we have actual giants from Attack on Titan in our modern society. We're lucky we avoided this guy for now. For reference, here's Shaq next to Kevin Hart. I'm just glad I'm taller than him. At least I'm taller than Kevin. Thought Andre the Giant would be a little bit closer, but he was only 7'4". Only 7'4", I know, but I'm just saying, I thought he'd be closer to that other guy. Here's a rare meteorite in the sunlight, and it looks like some sort of alien. Well, it is alien. It isn't like an alien rock. Somebody, like, let this man take a break. He does not look like he's enjoying this at all. It's probably not even his rock. He was just forced here to stand here and hold it. Here is the largest cave on Earth, and to make this even better, it's in Vietnam. Is this how Nam was so powerful at fighting? Were they hiding in the caves too? Because I know about the trees. Hang Sun Dong is the largest cave known in the world, and there's a 3-million-year-old river that's running through it. Wait, did they actually use it? Because that looks like it could have been in Viet Cong territory. I don't know what they would have used it for, I'm just saying. Lion King animators meet a real lion, circa 1992. Whenever I say circa 1992, it sounds like a fake fact. I'm not kidding. This actually happened. And does that thing not have a damn leash? Oh, it does. Okay, it has a chain. I was about to say, how many illustrators lost their lives during this event? You think that was necessary? You know, there seems to be a lot of things that, you know, we do for the art. Probably isn't necessary. Like, why couldn't you have just printed out a nice picture of this lion to, you know, give them inspiration? Actually, I can see them probably benefiting from, like, seeing the movement, how the animal moves, keeping that in mind when it comes to the things. I just hear about a whole lot of weird stuff that, like, people in film do that's like, you think that was worth it? You think that actual event that costed thousands of dollars actually helped make the movie better? Purified water is able to freeze instantly when it's aggravated like that? How? Wait, what? What type of water is this? What type of magic trick in general? He didn't dip anything in the water, right? There's no like chemical thing in balance. So what happens if you drink that? That's what I want to know. Actually, maybe I don't. I would like to not test that out. Why astronauts can't walk after landing? I didn't even know they couldn't walk after landing. Because zero gravity messes with our senses of orientation. In space, we do not know where is up and where is down. Also, the sensors inside of our ears that controls balance are disabled in space. It takes them weeks or even months to readjust. What? Damn, I was trying to go to Mars too. Maybe I don't want to go to Mars anymore. Not really trying to be an inanimate object for a couple months of my life. For a couple months out of the year, these mountains create a shadow which looks like a cougar catching its prey. These are the Superstitious Mountains. It's literally called the Superstitious Mountains, and it's in Arizona. I would agree with that name after looking at a couple pictures. Something looks really weird and not natural about it. Again, I think I'll pass. I don't think I want to get captured by the aliens there. The place is not too far away from Area 51 either. This person used some amazing camera techniques to capture a supernova in the sky. It's hard to tell exactly how zoomed in this is, but man, that took up so much space. That really looks like a massive explosion. Like, are we sure that our closest star can't like explode and touch us like that? Probably a better way to phrase that, but you know, it's more fun that way. This is the oldest olive tree in the world. It is 4,000 years old in Crete, Greece. The historical events this thing has seen, or not seen, but lived through, it's kind of mind-boggling. And it looks 4,000 years old too. Why does it look like that? That's weird. It's also weird to think that it's just kind of out in the open like this. Like, shouldn't we be protecting it, guarding it with all of our security systems? Seems like a pretty important thing to have. Then again, maybe it can defend itself. I don't think I'd want to piss it off. It might get up out of the ground and attack Isengard. Plate Teutonic folds in the lower Ugab Valley. I don't know where that is, but it looks like a tree stump when you cut it off, and you can see like the years that have gone by. I mean, essentially, it's the same thing, right? Like, you could see the different years, different sedimentary rocks. Did I say that right? This is in Namibia, and some of these pictures, they don't even look real. This looks like man-made. Someone made like just a cheap design or something. These people had squirrels, and the squirrels had the mother lode hidden away in their house. They're probably building this collection for decades, and look, you just put it all over the floor, no protection. Legitimately, they probably like were charging other squirrels, like a squirrel museum almost. You just ruined their business. An Australian dry riverbed finally getting water, and it just seems like it's moving so slow. Why does the water seem like it's moving so slow? I bet you it's not going to continue to move slow. Oh, is this in slow motion? Oh, it's because there's a lot of sludge in there. I see. Oh, that's dangerous. You don't want to be in there. That looks like it's going to suck you up and never let you go. This marker in the middle of the Amazon shows you where the equator is. It's the exact location of the equator. It looks like it was probably built recently, but if this was somehow built like 500 years ago, I'd lose my mind. These foos knew. This tree looking straight up like a dragon coming out of the ground. Can you really blame our ancestors for really, like, honestly believing dragons are real? Not only did they see it in the trees, but they actually saw like dinosaur fossils. Like, that must have flipped them out. No wonder they were so crazy back then. In 1963, the Bronx Zoo had an exhibit called The Most Dangerous Animal in the World, and it was a mirror. I'm sorry, I just have to say, this honestly feels like I'm 14 and this is deep. Why does this picture look like it was taken from the 1920s and not 1963 though? I mean, this is really old looking. A third of the plant life on this island in Yemen exists nowhere else on Earth. And that definitely seems to be the case. What is this, like a big ass mushroom tree? Oh, they're called dragon trees, and you can actually see them in San Diego. Like, they have them in the botanical gardens. These pictures definitely don't look as epic as the ones from Yemen though. Downtown Banff, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is a city in Canada. I just assumed automatically this was Switzerland. This looks like the most Swiss thing to me. Is this city like in danger of landslides? Because this looks like a really bad location. I'm kind of afraid for them, but I want to go. I'm guessing it's next to like Alaska area, right? Yeah, it's over here. Oh, it's not as close as I thought. In Alberta, right next to Calgary. There is such thing as a blue bee. A blue carpenter bee. For some reason, I can only think of one thing right now, and that is the I'm Blue song by Eiffel 65. I just want to know, like, are these things aggressive like those other bees, like the African bees? We have like super aggressive bees now that are just coming after people. Do you think they make blue honey? Because that'd be something people would buy, I feel. It says a novelty. Damn, that boy is just chilling. That thick old boy is just chilling. And you know what? He probably just finished his meal, whoever was riding on that beforehand. Now he's just digesting. And immediately the next thing I see is crocodile bread in a bakery in Vietnam. I'm assuming that's not crocodile, right? I don't think a reptile can produce bread. But then again, who knows the secrets of that massive cave? Maybe that's what that massive cave is hiding this whole time. Crocodile bread. This is like the most Japan thing. You didn't have to tell me this was Japan. You just know. Sometimes you just know. Same with this, but I mean, cherry blossoms is like obviously the most Japanese thing. No doubt in my mind that Santa actually just lives in Norway. I mean, Norway is basically the North Pole, I guess, at this point. Then it also looks like a Norwegian too. I wouldn't be surprised. He kind of probably in his younger days was a massive Viking that raided the British Isles. Santa's calmed down a lot since his raiding days though. He's seen some shit. Massive jellyfish found off the English coast. This looks just like a perspective picture though. Like he's probably pretty far back there. Still, that's a big old jelly. Someone get SpongeBob and Patrick to catch it. Hong Kong in 1967 versus Hong Kong now. They are literally building as far out into these mountains as possible. They're using every little room they've got. This isn't even like the craziest example. Like we're just building cities so fast nowadays. Treehouse Cafe in Okinawa, Japan. I would have known this was Japan too, but that's just because of the writing. Is that a real tree or did they have to build the tree too? How do you even get up to that? Maybe they don't. Maybe it's just all for looks. They don't want to staff that whole thing. That's a lot of money. Here's traditional gowns and braids from a village in Bulgaria. I never thought about Bulgaria like that. I didn't know this thing existed. I guess I don't know much about the traditions of a lot of the countries right there. Tombstone from the last survivor of the trenches during the Great War. He was 111. Now he is seeing some stuff. He's the last survivor of the trenches. Is that a figure of speech or is there somebody else? There's probably somebody else that was there but wasn't in the trenches. Irish harp from the 1820s. This is so amazing that they put it on their flag too. Look at that. Well, their old flag, they changed it, but yeah. Imagine like loving some creation so much that you just throw it on your flag right then and there. Honestly, some of these US states need to do that because we just need to change these US states. These US state flags. I'm sorry, I just gotta say it again. There's a lot of US state flags that just suck. This man nearly lost his drone. Damn. I don't know how far he was from that molten rock. I hope that drone wasn't too expensive. It looks like it probably would be though. If he's flying it near the lava, I mean, he's probably got to be there for a reason, research purposes or something. That's probably like $1,000 drone. This man was really playing with hot fire. Wow. Yeah, I guess it didn't stop him though. He was still pretty aggressive with those shots, getting really close to it. This kangaroo casually punching a photographer in 1967. What did he say? These damn paparazzi, they just get so aggressive and honestly, what else do you expect? Kangaroo's just trying to live his life and you're all up in his business. The UAE has its own nether portal, except in the real world, you get transferred to the Netherlands. Obviously, that is our nether, basically. And I'm okay with that. It's a pretty dangerous place. Gotta watch it over there. Get run over by a bike or hit by a windmill. Or trapped in a ninja star. This is a fort in Holland. Imagine being trapped in a ninja star like that. That seems horrible. What a way to go out. As always, big thanks to the patrons. I'm About a Nut, Zeffi, Thiccboi 3000, the Glen Council, BallinLikeStalin, Stormtrooper 501, Scotty from Marketing, Patrick C, Palantino 1013, Manny 74, Knack, M203 BrushEm, LuxembourgLover, FusionWolf, EpiNick, Elijah Senpai, Dalton D, AryanAfterHours, Anikyte, and Aaron F.